Hello 12th class students. Today we will study about the functions of the ecosystem and different levels of the ecosystem. So students, ecosystem is not actually an stationary system, but it is continuously in dynamic position. Let's see what are the different functions of the ecosystem. In ecosystem, you know that the transfer of energy takes place continuously from one level to another level. Now, what are the criteria that constitute a trophic level, or what we call a trophic level? First of all, if we see the functions of the ecosystem, then the very first function of the ecosystem is to flow the energy from one trophic level to another trophic level. Now students, one most important thing is that each and every type of the ecosystem, from where does it get energy? So the final source of the energy for each and every type of ecosystem is sun. So the flow of energy from sun to different trophic levels. Each and every ecosystem has some producers or green plants which absorb the sunlight, perform the photosynthesis and converts the light energy into chemical energy. Now the transformation or transfer of this chemical energy takes place from one trophic level to another trophic level in an ecosystem. Secondary students, along with the flow of the energy, the cycling, or we can say recycling of the minerals takes place from the soil to the organisms and from the organism to the soil again. Let's see, the second function of an ecosystem is mineral recycling from the soil to organism and from the living organisms to soil. As we know students, plants are the only producers that produces the energy in the form of the different chemicals. So, in order to produce the energy by absorbing the sunlight, plants also absorbs the minerals from the soil. That minerals are also get converted in the form of glucose and other type of the food materials that we intake from the plants. So, plants directly intake the minerals from the soil, convert them in the form of other chemicals, then we or other animals or other heterotrophs take that minerals from the plants and utilize them for their living purposes. Students, when the plant died or the animals died, then the saprophytes decomposes the dead living organisms and they free the minerals that are present in their body in the environment again, which get mixed in the soil again. So this type of the transfer of the minerals from the soil to the living organisms and from living organisms after their death to the soil again, this is called a recycling of the minerals. So these are the two most important functions of an ecosystem, that is flow of energy from sun to different trophic level and recycling the minerals from the soil to living organisms and from living organisms to soil again. Now students, we will see what are the trophic levels in which the transfer of energy takes place from one level to another level. So the next topic is trophic level. These trophic levels are found in an ecosystem. The main basis of the creation of the trophic level is the mode of nutrition of the living organisms, the way in which they intake the nutrition. So, mainly 5 types of the trophic levels are there in an ecosystem. Let's see what is the basis of creation of this trophic level. First of all, T1 trophic level, the trophic level in which we include all the producers or all the green plants or all the producers of the energy which directly intake the direct catch or absorb the solar energy and convert it into different chemical energies. So students, in first trophic level we include all the green plants. And you know very well that green plants are also known as producers. In the next trophic level, students, all the living organisms which feeds on green plants are included. So, the energy from green plants, these green plants take the energy from the sun. So, the ultimate source of energy is sun. Now, the energy in green plants get transferred into herbivores, those who depend directly on the green plants, and they constitute the second trophic level. So, in second trophic level, we include all herbivores, just like cow, buffalo, goat, etc., who only eat the plants and their plant products. In the very third trophic level, the living organisms which feeds on the herbivores, who eats herbivore, or we call it secondary consumer. This is known as primary consumer. And in third trophic level, all the carnivores are included. Carnivores are known as secondary consumer also. Carnivores or secondary consumers are the living organisms who can feed on the herbivores as well as on the green plants and their products, like dog who can eat the plant products as well as fleshes of the other animals also. Next is fourth trophic level. In fourth trophic level, the omnivores are included. Omnivores which only feeds on the other animals, which are only flesh eating animals. They are known as top consumer or tertiary consumers also. Omnivores, or we can say them as top consumers, just like lion, leopard, etc., which eats only the flesh of other animals. These are the main four trophic level in an ecosystem. But students, there is also a fourth trophic level found which eats all these four level living organisms. That is trophic level 5 and we call it then decomposers. Decomposers are the most important part of the ecosystem as they recycle the minerals in an ecosystem. Either plants or all the three trophic level animals, when they die, the decomposers decomposes them, break down their complex organic substances into their constituent atoms or minerals and sell them again in the ecosystem. So finally, these are four trophic levels. Trophic level 1 constitute of the producers which intake their energy or produce their energy with the help of sunlight. Second, herbivores who directly eats the green plants or producers. Trophic level 3 are carnivores who eats the herbivores as well as the plants. And the fourth trophic level omnivores, flesh eating animals, and fifth decomposers that decomposes all the four trophic level living organisms. Now students, the most important two phenomena that are takes place in between these trophic levels are food chains and food web. Let's understand what is food chain and what is food web. As we know students that the flow of energy or the transfer of energy takes place from one trophic level to another trophic level. So the living organisms who eats their previous trophic level and being eaten by their next trophic level, that relationship in between this organism is known as food chain. Let's see how this transfer of energy takes place. First of all, in T1, that is trophic level 1, the green plants are present. These green plants are eaten by the insects, grasshopper or other herbivores. If we take here one example of the grasshopper, or we can say insects, they belong to second trophic level. Now this grasshopper or the insect can be eaten by the frog which belongs to third trophic level. Frog is a part of third trophic level. Now who will eat the frog? Definitely the snake. Snake belongs to fourth trophic level, and again the snake will be eaten by peacock. So students, here this is peacock belongs to fifth trophic level. Now students, here in this simple chain, the producers are eaten by grasshopper or the herbivores. Herbivores or the grasshopper is eaten by the secondary consumer, that is in this case it is frog. Now frog is eaten by snake and snake is eaten by peacock. So the amount of the energy that was primarily present in first trophic level get transferred into second trophic level, as well as some amount of the energy utilized by the organisms or the members of first trophic level. Now the energy which was transferred in second trophic level then some amount of that energy is utilized by the member of the second trophic level in order to survive and for their metabolic activities, and some amount get transferred into third trophic level. So here the member of the trophic level eat the member of their lower trophic level in order to obtain the energy. So students, it is directly the energy is getting transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level. Lindemann, a scientist who proposed a law regarding to the transfer of the energy from one trophic level to another trophic level, that law is known as 10% law of the transfer of energy, which says that the transfer of energy from one trophic level to another trophic level takes place only 10% amount. If we take example that one lakh joule of energy is there in first trophic level, then only its 10% energy will be transferred from first trophic level to second trophic level. Rest of the 90% energy will be utilized by the member themselves. So if here in the first trophic level 1 lakh joule energy was there, then the 10% of 1 lakh, that is only 10,000 joule of the energy will be transferred from first trophic level to second trophic level. Now, if we talk about the transfer of energy from trophic level 2 to trophic level 3, then the 10% of this 10,000 joule will be takes place, and the 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So only 1,000 joule of energy will be available for third trophic level, and in the same way the 10% of the 1,000, that is 100, will be there available for trophic level 4. And in the last, for the fifth trophic level, only 10% of 100, that is only 10 joule of energy will be transferred. So you can see here that very little amount of energy is getting transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level. So students, according to the availability of the energy, if we talk their population in the ecosystem, then we can see that the population of the green plants covers the major area of an ecosystem. Then the grasshopper or the insects or the herbivores are major among the consumers, and as we move from one trophic level to another trophic level, then in the last fifth trophic level, the animals or the top consumers, their numbers are very few in nature. Now student, if we see that any kind of the disbalance in their population takes place, then it will disbalance the whole ecosystem. For example, the number of grasshopper or the primary consumers increases abruptly. Suddenly their numbers increases